you know what? All right, here we go. It's just a little complicated. Basically, Jason Sands comes out, tells his story, right? He had an encounter in the desert near Area 51, seeing a blue alien of sorts. He says it's more albino with a blue undertone. That's what he's saying now. Okay, so, well, I then come out with my video and say, well, I had someone tell me that he killed an alien, right? And Jason then comes out and denies it and says, that's not true. And everyone gave me, again, crap for it. You know, I had to make another video basically stating, okay, he's saying he didn't do that and, you know, tell where I got that information. And, well, guess what has happened? Guess what has happened? He has since come out and said he did kill aliens. So I was right all along. Right? All this time and all the crap I had to take. How many people would throw that in my face over the months? Aren't you the guy that said Jason killed a blue alien? Well, guess what? He did. And he killed more than one alien. Right? So we're going to dive into that story, and I'm going to help explain that a little bit more, right? Some more details, because there's even more details to Jason's story. Now, to be completely transparent, I have reached out to Jason on Twitter because we have been very, personable online. And now I know why he wasn't mad at me for telling that story. Because it was true. And, you know, I even had a little mishap with Jason at the end of August where I got copyright struck from another content creator for putting up an interview of Jason because his first on-camera interview was supposed to be featured in the documentary, The Program. That's a whole nother fiasco. But regardless, all I'm going to do is tell the story about him claiming to kill aliens. So look, let's start with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, right here. Get ready for old Patrick. Okay. Take a listen. Right, because he's supposed to come out in that, but he decided to sort of blow the whistle early. So I've heard his story, and to be honest with you, there's a part of his story that I don't see out there, but I'm just going to tell it right here. So you're going to get some exclusive news about Jason Sands on Vetted right here. All right, so this is basically the deal real quick. Okay, so this guy named Jason Sands, he was a contractor working for the government outside of Area 51. And one particular night, they're out and about. Now, this takes place sometime in the 90s, late 90s, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure late 90s. And he heads out, right, with his team. They see a UFO crash. They get told to go check it out. They're on comms. And all of Jason Sands' other team members can't interact with this. They see an alien, a blue alien. He's blue, okay? And they can't interact with them. But for some reason, Jason has this telepathic connection with the alien, with the blue alien, right? And he's telling them, hey, Area 51, those guys are murderers, don't go over there. It's not good. They're not good people over at Area 51, right? Which is an interesting, like he's giving them the drama of the week. The alien is like, it's like The View. I don't know. It seems like an odd message to tell Jason Sands. But anyway, so telepathically, this blue alien is talking to Jason Sands and tells him that. Well, a part of the story that I have not seen floating around is this. Apparently, what happens is Jason is told over the radio, because he's radioing back, what's happening. He's apparently told over the radio to kill that alien. And he does. Boom. So right there, that part of the story I was completely, run through the ringer on. And Jason later came out. I've got more here, right? So that's one video that I made. And then I did this video the very next day. Listen to this. So Jason puts out a statement after my video, right? Because he gets asked about it. Let's start with Jason Sand's response here. He says, yes, that's why I joined the chat last night. I do want to address two inaccuracies from people that are blogging today. Number one, I didn't kill any blue aliens. Okay, I'm not blogging. So there he denies killing any aliens. And he, helped in, he talked in other spaces as well, right? About essentially that didn't happen. But, to be fair, like he was so cool about it, I have to admit. And now I know why. Right. And I have a lot of questions that I'm going to get to as we go through this, right? Because he has since come out and told more, right? So let's get to some of that. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. Shout out to all the veterans. Shout out to all the mods. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I know it's Friday. Friday live streams are hard. So I appreciate those of you that have showed up. I know it's the holidays. You're going to be busy. You got stuff to do. Hit that like button if you want, y'all. That really helps out the videos. And yes, I am trying to get to 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we could do it. We got 11 days. We're so close, y'all. We're like, honestly, I don't even know. We're like 800 away. We'll get there. This time last year, I had like, I don't know, almost 3,000. So we've come a long way, y'all, in 1 year. But regardless, let's get to this here. Let's get to the new part of the story. So Jason, I reached out to Jason on Monday. Oh, I didn't finish telling. Yeah, I reached out to Jason on Monday. And okay, hey, program's out. You said you would do an interview with me, which is what he had said previously before, but he had to wait till the documentary came out. So I've been waiting months and months and months, even though I've seen him do other interviews. But regardless, he's like, oh, I need to check with James first and see what's going on. I'll get back to you. Next thing you know, I don't hear back from him, which, okay, he doesn't need to be contact, I'm nobody, doesn't need to be following up with me. I didn't follow up with him as far as that goes, but regardless, all of a sudden I see this interview pop up. He goes on Post Disclosure World with Ryan, who I've had Ryan on the show here. Love that guy. He's great. Very talented dude. And I'm glad he went on there. Right. But he goes on and tells a story about, no, he was ordered to kill aliens. Right. And it's like, wait, what? I thought it would have been fair for Jason to come on my show and do that and say that, just because of, I was the only one reporting that he had killed aliens before. The only one publicly. Now, other people knew it privately, but they were keeping it private to protect, I guess. I'm not sure. I know I caused some heartache for some people, and I didn't mean to. Part of the big reason why I don't have anonymous sources or do anything, it's the only time I had done that. I used an anonymous source and told a story, and what happened, I got run through the ringer. So the very next video, I said who the source was, and I explained to that person as well that I had to do it, and I'm sorry, but, and I'm just done with all that. So, that's my rule on here. And that was my rule before, but I broke it. I made a mistake. I stepped over the line. It was stupid. and I regret it. And that's why I don't do inside sources, anonymous sources, secret information, confidential, off the record. I don't do any of that stuff, So anyway, he goes, Jason goes on to Post-Disclosure World and starts talking about this. I'm going to play this clip. Now, again, I don't think I mentioned this. I skipped past it. I have reached out to Jason, and we were supposed to do an interview because after this came out, I'm like, okay, dude, please, are you ready now? So, because everyone's messaging me, hey, dude, Jason's coming out saying he did kill aliens now, right? Because everyone knows I made, that video about it. So anyway, I reach out to Jason. Okay, let's book this. We set it up for yesterday at 2 p.m. And in the morning, Jason messaged me and said, I'm not feeling well. What can we do? I threw back like, what's another day that's good for you? He says the day after Christmas. I say, hey, just FYI, that's the day after Christmas. Is that okay for you? Oh, maybe not. I got company in town. I said, you know what? You're not feeling well. It's the holidays. Let's regroup in the new year, right? I felt that was fair. Let's regroup in the new year. I'll reach out again and we'll see if we can get something together. So this is just to preface a conversation. Hopefully I get to have with Jason in the new year, right? To explain a lot of this and I think I've got a unique position here in the community to talk to Jason about his story. So, because it's so heavily featured in James Fox's documentary, right? So, anyway, let's play the clip of this new revelation, right? This new part of the story to Jason.
So, yes, I did experience a dirty work program, but I did explain in that first interview that, yeah, that was what I did. They made me do some dirty work for them. When I had to exit the program, that was the deal. It was either that or something bad would happen to me or my family.
Can you elaborate on what that dirty work constituted?
Well, it was kind of very strange. I feel like it was part of maybe an NHI program that they utilize humans, to do things for them that involved kind of being, taken from your bed in the middle of the night, unconscious, and the next thing you're waking up and you've got some work for them to do. They tell you you're going over here, you're going to go in that cave, here's a gun, whatever's in there, kill it, and that's kind of how they rolled. And you either did it or you knew bad things would happen to you or your family. And that's kind of how it went. But it was usually in the dead of night, that kind of a thing.
And you were a part of that?
Yeah.
And when you say kill it, what exactly would you be referencing potentially?
I guess the team that I was on, we killed other NHI for whoever was in charge. I never got to see who was actually in charge of that program. I was only told, do what they say. Otherwise, you're never going to go see your family again. That was kind of the attitude.
So, okay. So look, there's more to that story. I highly recommend going and checking out Ryan's interview with Jason. Okay. And let me again make it clear. I have zero problems with Ryan or Jason for that matter. It's nothing personal. Just want to talk, right? So definitely support Ryan in Post-Disclosure World. Go check out the interview that Jason did on there. But I definitely am looking forward to a conversation with Jason Sands, and I really wish we could have had it yesterday. I saw him doing a bunch of Twitter spaces the day before, and maybe that's what made him not feel well, for the very next day. Maybe he's a little afraid to talk to me? Maybe not afraid, but a little worried about what I'm going to ask. He's just kind of pushing it forward. That could be because I have a lot of questions that I didn't hear anyone ask in the spaces that they were with them. Now, they did ask a lot of good questions, but there were a few that I thought was interesting to not ask, but regardless. So he, after this comes out, now he's going in some Twitter spaces and talking about this, right? And people are coming in and kind of peppering him, to be honest with you, in the one that I saw, right? Now there was another Twitter space where apparently they were talking about Vetted and me and the video that I made, but I don't know what was said. There was no recording of that Twitter space, so I don't have it, whatever. But clearly that was brought up because I was the only one that had said it. Now, to be fair to the whole story, in my video, I say that Jason kills the blue alien that he, had that encounter with, the same encounter that he talks about in the program. Now, Jason's coming on saying I killed aliens, but not that one. So it was kind of half right. He killed alien, just not that one. That makes sense, right? He's saying that particular alien did go away. Now, again, Jason has clarified and since said that it's not a blue alien. It's an albino alien with blue undertones. Okay, those are his exact words.